So is this new Iran deal happening?
Look, I've stopped predicting because it was supposed to happen a few months ago. The U.S. is consistently talking about the fact that the window is closing on it, but from one week to another, it's constantly pushed back. But at the same time, I would say it has become too big to fail for both sides. They've expended too much political capital and time and effort into it, and the alternatives for both sides is really not attractive at all. But there is still plenty of space for miscalculation. So it's really difficult to say. I would say it's still 50-50.
Why can't failure be an option for the Iranian government?
Well, because it's true that their economy has survived, but their economy can't thrive under sanctions. And then in the medium to long term, that becomes an existential threat to the system. So that's why Iran wants to get out of from under U.S. sanctions and is seeking sanctions relief. They also know that if this crisis escalates, it would eventually result in the snapback of the UN sanctions, which means that Iran would once again be considered a threat to international peace and security under UN Charter's Chapter 7. And now with the P5's unity completely shattered as a result of US-China Cold War and as a result of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. It wouldn't be easy for the Iranians to again get out of Chapter 7 designation.
Now, on the American side, we of course know that gas prices are very high, and nobody's really happy about that, and it's not helping Biden at all. But at the same time, there are a lot of people that remain very critical of this Iranian nuclear deal, and signing a deal on the back of we got to get something done to get oil prices down. I mean, isn't Biden risking taking some pretty significant shots on goal?
If the main driver for policy was to bring down the energy prices, that would be correct. But I don't think that's the case. The reason the administration is pursuing this agreement is because Iran is now closer to the verge of nuclear weapons than it has ever been in the past almost 20 years of a nuclear standoff with Iran. Iran's breakout time, which is the amount of time that it takes for Iran to enrich enough uranium for a single nuclear weapon, is now less than 2 weeks. It was more than 12 months when President Trump walked into the Oval Office. So the administration, yes, will pay a political price for restoring the agreement, but it would also pay I would say, even a bigger political price in the run-up to midterm elections if it has allowed Iran to become a virtual or a nuclear weapon state under its watch.
Can't they just blame Trump? I mean, the reason that the Iranians are out of the deal and are now developing their nuclear capabilities is because Trump decided to unilaterally pull out of the deal in the first place.
Well, they can and they will, but the reality is that they've been in power now for almost a year, and if they fail to restore the nuclear deal, it will be their fault. It will be under their watch, and they would be blamed of basically paving the ground for living with a nuclear-armed Iran, and that's not a good look for a democratic president.